I'm sick and tired of all these terrible paid services that drain money out of our wallets and give us barely anything in return. I'm so mad I lost all my facial hair. I'm about to lose my blonde hair too if you don't stop with this bullshit. I thought we escaped the ages of cable, but it seems like we're in an era where that just surpasses how shitty that was. Every corner of entertainment is deciding they need to get on this, making you pay every month for a service that is always lackluster. I mean, why give you benefits when we could just take aspects that should be free? Nintendo Online, what a fucking joke this service came to be. Nintendo was one of those gaming companies that were still making consoles with free online, which put them above the other consoles in terms of being consumer friendly, which obviously they aren't, but we'll get to that. Sure, prices for the AAA games never got discounted, but hey, at least we got to play those games online for free, even when the service couldn't handle it whatsoever. I wasn't bothered by that fact because I wasn't paying to play online until Nintendo finally realized they hate it when people play their games with others and put a paywall behind it a year after the system came out. Nintendo, have you played Smash Bros. Online? It fucking sucks. Oh, yeah, here you go. And there it was, free games that come with really cheap online. There was something about cloud services I don't give a fuck about, but you know, you also have the option of using your gamer points to get it for free, which is what I've literally been doing since the beginning. So about those classic games that we've been waiting for since the Wii U days, the potential of this was huge. The service could be the alternative to piracy and lead to later systems never touched before, like the GameCube, and all at the low price of $20 a year? What? That felt way too good to be true. Because it was. Nintendo has a history of anti-consumer moves, including the destruction of competitive gaming events and copyright bullshit that made me realize this. And then it happened. The expansion pack. They tricked you at first by giving you all these benefits like more games from old consoles you never got the chance to play, and extra content to Animal Crossing, which should have been DLC, but you know what? I wasn't gonna complain as long as the price was fair. Now, you may be wondering, how much did that price go up? 10%? Maybe 20%? You know what? Fuck that. It's maybe at least 50%. I'll be okay with that. Nah, nigga, it's 150%? More than twice the price of the original package, and for what? Some games here and there, and DLC for a game that not even half of the console owners even have. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people bought Animal Crossing, but forcing people to pay extra on a service for a feature they might not even want is something that does not make any sense business-wise. Who made this decision? Was it Doug Bowser? I mean, his last name is Bowser and Mario's nemesis is Bowser. Either way, this decision is mind-boggling. And what makes it even worse is how you can't even get a month trial of it. You have to get the yearly one, which is weird considering there are two other plans for the other one. Nintendo has made many terrible moves that I can honestly just make a whole video about. But in terms of online services, this one makes the least sense out of all the ones I've talked about before. Psych! Twitter blues that. I mean, like, Twitter, what is this? No, like, seriously, what the fuck is this? I know I made this joke before, but like, seriously, what the fuck is this? Like, social media should never have a subscription service because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, what are you trying to make me pay for? The undo button for the tweets I sent out? Oh no, a worse version of that? Oh, thank you so much, Twitter, thank you. Oh, what would I do without that? It's only on the phone too, so sorry for all the Twitter users on PC. The functions that make up Twitter Blue are things that would make Twitter better if we got them for free. They're not things that benefit you that much, but they make your experience better as Twitter slowly makes it worse for users who don't pay for it. Example being those ad-free posts, as Twitter gives me an ad for every tweet I click on, which is something they never did before. I can't even show you because it's on Apple or whatever. It's on the phone. I'm too lazy to do it and record it, but you get the point. You get the fucking point. That's what I'm trying to say. Not even gonna tell you the other stuff you get out of Twitter Blue, because there's not much to even talk about in the first place. I guess if you want to tweet a 10-minute video, then go ahead and pay $3 a month, but that kind of just tells me that you're a rich asshole who doesn't care about where the money goes. I don't actually mean that. It's $3 a month, that's like literally nothing, but you get the point. Ew, remember Quibi? Did anyone buy Quibi, like, at all? I don't even think people even got the free trial. Like, the concept itself is, like, really dumb. It gives you short content that you can watch on the go, or when you don't have enough time to watch your two anthropomorphic lovers make out for 20 minutes straight. There's also that, like, feature where, like, you can move it because it's like made on the phone, and there's like 2 ways you can watch it. Who gives a fuck? Every show they had ran for 10 minutes or less because that was the whole point, and it was technically high quality television, but shorter and not as good for a low price at least. I know they're shut down, but like, did y'all not hear about like a little known platform called YouTube? Like, there's so much content on YouTube and other platforms that makes Quibi just so useless. I mean, pay $5 every month to watch content that you'll forget in a matter of a day or as soon as you watch it. And keep in mind, you're watching it with ads. Or you can watch literally anything on YouTube or scroll through Twitter for free. I mean, yeah, those platforms suck, but at least I don't have to pay to watch a fucking Let's Play or whatever people watch these days. Cheapness doesn't equal to success, and fuck y'all for not warning your employees about your shutdown that happened. Also, shout out to every other media subscription service that's not gonna last whatsoever, like Paramount Plus, Tubi TV, and Discovery Plus. It's a lot of pluses. Disney Plus is probably gonna last. I also have grievances with Netflix, but that's for another video. This one is legitimately disgusting behavior when you see them with these high prices for shitty quality. And to be honest, I don't really use Adobe or know too much about it because I use literally anything else. I do know that Adobe holds a bit of a monopoly over certain software that many people use for their projects, which gives Adobe the right to do literally anything because people are not going to switch to a different program, especially if you're working at a company that doesn't know how to adapt to different software. Adobe can make the programs worse and raise the prices, and you literally can't do anything about it. They also make you pay to unsubscribe from their subscription services because they're just that evil. This is why people just pirate from them, but you did not hear them from that. Okay, what am I saying? But you did not hear that from me. Okay, repeat after me. You did not hear that from me, because I would never, ever do something like that. So Spotify has a lot of disgusting practices that deserves its own video, but I guess here is something that I can talk about for this video that fits in with the topic: music exclusives. It's a trend that the music industry used to do, and it's basically where albums go to specific streaming services for a certain amount of time, like Life of Pablo, Views, Blonde, Lemonade, which all eventually went to every other streaming service after they realized how many people are on Spotify. I mean, that was the only reason why these streaming services tried doing this trend in the first place. iTunes and Jay-Z were trying to find reasons for people to use their streaming services, and this was literally the only thing they had. Oh, come check out this new Beyonce album that we have. That's it. That's all we have. This trend was already kind of like a long form of releasing music. Okay, a long form of medium of people releasing their music. Specifically smaller artists who would create mixtapes for services like DatPiff, SoundCloud, and Bandcamp, who would support them more than all these major streaming services who pay little to no money to the artists. Also because the audience wasn't big enough for Spotify. So it doesn't make any sense for these artists to stunt their streaming numbers unless the bag was that huge, and even then, that wouldn't really be beneficial to these streaming services, as people would leak it or just wait till they eventually get released to other streaming services. So what was the point of it all? To try to get ahead of Spotify. That's it. And they failed terribly. So there was that. Overall, subscription services have taken over the internet, and I'm running out of money. I use my OnlyFans and the Patreon. But the porn part, stop! Okay, I do not need another streaming service filled with shitty movies I can get from online. Stop holding monopolies over industries that are becoming creatively and literally bankrupt because of your corrupt politics, and stop making me pay online. Stop making me pay to play online on your shitty services that can't even run Fortnite, okay? The last thing this economy needs right now is another corporation giving us empty promises. Todd. Yeah, fuck you, Todd. And also fuck NFTs. I'm making a video about that sooner or later. So keep that on the low. Or hi. I'm too tired for this.